This is the curtain call.
All right, and we're in for week 17.
And if you want to go ahead, Vinny, I'll let you, because we're at 7 seconds for me.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, degenerate. Oh, nope, that's wrong. Wrong intro. Welcome to Stack to the Future on the Phantom Fighter. Nope, that's the wrong intro too. On the Terrors 89 and John M channels, as we have a meaningless Week 17 game to end our regular season. The New York Giants, who have a first-round bye, taking on the Los Angeles Rams, who are bags are packed and they're ready to head out of town.
Bags are packed.
So I'll send it down to the field for John M and Terrors 89.
Yeah, sure.
So, if I don't win this game, and I'm not expecting to, but if I don't, it'll be the first time I have a team finish with a losing record.
Yeah, because you're 500 plus though.
If I lose, it'll be 7, 8, and 1.
Yeah.
All because of that goddamn tie.
Yeah.
Fucking Philadelphia Eagles of all teams.
Don't mind me, I'm eating popcorn and making shameless plugs on WoW.
We don't care.
I know.
You do what you gotta. Giants, just to give you a heads up, John, there's been a lot of Week 17 injuries, especially running backs and offensive linemen.
Copy, killing all my guys.
Yeah. So, you might
Injury,
wanna,
broken leg. Oh.
You might want to bench some of your starters and be careful. And if you don't, you get an injury, I'm not going to say I told you so, because I'm saying it right now.
No, I'm going to say I told you so. Ha!
The Patriots, Bears, and Broncos and Packers have all lost a running back. The Colts and Cardinals have lost offensive linemen. What? You're gonna play after me?
I'm going to absolutely beat you as the Raiders. The Broncos are going to beat our Patriots. And then our Raiders are going to beat the Browns.
Yeah.
And there's the
All-time team.
Yep.
Yep.
Oh, was Merlin also made the team? It wasn't Deacon Jones?
No, Deacon Jones made it.
Oh, okay. Well, good for him. I figured Deacon Jones would make it.
Oh! It's a interception.
Oh, yeah. You know, I understand
Whoop the shit out of the guys today.
why they're picking and who they're picking and who's not getting picked. Is, you know, I still say that it's so hard to subjectively name this team that you can't really complain too much, but damn, Thurman Thomas not making the team is understandable, but they really missed a great athlete, you know, all-around running back.
O.J. Simpson make it?
Yes, O.J. Simpson did make it.
Shit, really?
Yeah. That one is surprising because obviously he made it for his on-field play, but you almost would think that they would not put him on there because of the negative press.
Well, yeah, but then you'd have that same argument for people like Lawrence Taylor, too.
Yeah.
he's entertaining on Twitter. I'm not following him, but
I follow him just because, not so much for what he says, but for what people, you know, he'll say something and everybody will just bring it right back to the murder. I mean, no matter what he does, you know,
yeah, I'm just making a sandwich today. Yeah.
like 100 people said, well, you would know what that is.
Well, I mean, you're a celebrity, you're going to get trolled, right? You're a celebrity, you're going to get trolled, so think about some of the ratios that's going on. That goes on with some of our liberal celebrity friends.
Man, have you seen some of the trolling the president has done lately?
Yeah, he is really triggering the media.
It's fucking hilarious.
So, Phantom, there are 4 teams left to be edited to finish the 1 o'clock games. They are the Ravens, the Eagles, the Texans, and half the Rams. Well, they're 4 o'clock. I was just doing 1 o'clock.
Okay.
Ooh.
Yeah, I'm gonna
Rams strike
do some
first.
Texans now.
Okay. I finished the Falcons. I'm not doing any more because I have to work in the morning, so I'm not sure. I'm not sure I'll get through the whole game or not. If I do, we'll obviously try my best to advance this tonight. If I don't, I will take care of it as soon as I can tomorrow. Because I'm sure you're all... I think if somebody gets fully eliminated and they're playing the computer, sure. But I don't think you should split. Like if, like for instance, you got the Browns left, and your Rams, whatever game is ready. It's I don't know. I would say no, but
yeah, I mean, I don't know if it really matters. It seems like
playoffs
it would
shouldn't
make
take
sense
too
to
long
let
anyway.
63 be done.
yeah.
I mean, if you're dying for something to do, you could always edit. Yeah.
Are you serious?
Yeah, I understand, but I just, I mean, if we had all 32
Fucking Rosie
teams
Brown.
edited, ready to go, then I don't see why not.
Holden.
We're still only in the third quarter of this Bulls Trailblazers game. Holy shit!
What the hell?
Yeah, so
Olsen gets the second sack.
that Soundwave channel, he's got a couple more 66 teams done. He had a simulation up earlier with the Rams.
Megatron told him to get him done.
Oh, also, so I know you said, like the Ravens, do we really care if they're playing the Eagles? I mean, should we just focus on making sure the teams, look good, that they're actually going to be broadcast in the first week? Or
Well,
do you
yeah,
wanna
that's
make
why
sure
I've
they're all
skipped. That's why I haven't worried about the Ravens and Eagles, but
Are you
once you've done
seriously? What the fuck? Oh, they
the
dropped it, thank
Texans,
God.
the Texans and the Rams are done. Ravens and Eagles are the last 1 o'clock, so I don't know if we want to worry about it or put them on the back burner and just do the 4 o'clocks to play.
Yeah, I would rather do like the Redskins that play the Steelers than worry about the Ravens. Just so we're not stuck because of editing. You know, if the Ravens don't get edited till week 2 or 3 or whenever they play one of us, that's fine with me.
Tears, do you follow a channel called 80s Football Cards on YouTube? Yeah. 3 words. 80S Football Cards. He uploaded a game from 87 today, the Saints and Steelers. Yeah. I'll send the link before the NFL takes it down. No, they haven't really. It's been peaceful. Basketball's getting hit, especially this one channel that uploads called Toronto's. All his games, they're not getting worldwide blocked, but they're getting blocked in America. And you get a lot from the 87 season.
Well, I know that, at least from what I've seen with the NFL, they only block at the beginning, right before the beginning of the season, like during preseason, and during the playoffs.
Right, so it's... But yet they had a live stream the other day that went 34 hours of their own games, so hopefully they're going to start uploading again. I don't know how many games they put on there, but you figure if it's each game's about 2.5 hours based on editing, that was a good probably 16, 17 games they live streamed.
Banhammer.
Oh, this was the game. 66 Rams and Cardinals. What do you put up?
Oh, shit.
His broadcast went 38 minutes. I'm assuming yeah, that's this latest season he's done. He's got a 95, a 77, his favorite teams, and then now 66. So he's really cruising through roster sets. I don't know how his ratings and all that look. I haven't really looked at his roster yet. We know with I Teach History, his ratings are really based on realism, Kappa Classics does the minimum, which is good and all. But he'll use an I Teach History roster and then just change the year from whatever, like say 80 to 70. So you'll have in the free agency you'll have 2019 and 1980 free agents. Now Soundwave, I don't know if he does this with all of them, but in his free agents for his greatest, like say he did the 95 Colts, he'll then put in the free agency 2006 Colts starters. Just the starters. Yeah. Oh, nice move.
Have you downloaded any of his rosters yet?
I have not. Well, I've got 77 and 95, but I haven't looked at them. But I definitely want to get that favorite teams one. And
oh yeah, did you say that was out?
yes, it is.
Okay, I might actually go get it now. Just take a look at it while we're talking about it.
That would be a good one for a fantasy draft.
Joking. See how different he is what I meant.
Yep.
For some reason, I can get easily distracted when I'm doing editing. So I got the quarterbacks done, and now I'm distracted.
I got kind of creative. Like I made the Falcons kicker. I named him. We had a kicker in high school who was our starting center, so he was a big boy. So I made him, but I made his name Tim Turner, and then I made him even larger. I put him 400-pound kicker, and I gave him the largest possible shoulder pads you could have. So he's the 64 version of John Tenta, but he's a kicker.
Okay, the question is it offensive or defensive pass interference? It is defensive pass interference. Fucking seriously, he went up for the ball.
Wow, I'm surprised by that. I thought it was going to be offensive. It's like all the years we've been playing, I should say. The computer's like, you know what? We're just going to have...
Do you know the exact? Is it Soundwave what?
Oh man, hold on. Let me scroll back up.
It's like the game is
This is YouTube channel. I don't know if it's the same.
Oh,
trying to make your life better.
Yeah, it is.
Oh, I'd gotten quite a bit away from it. Soundwave 8177 Rodriguez. You can catch him on YouTube if you wish. John, you see the snow warning we got going on for Sunday and a Monday?
I saw a little bit about it. I said
We got a
this is no
8 to
country.
12 in our area. I think you guys are supposed to get a little more.
Listen, I got 8 to 12 for you.
No, you don't.
Okay, maybe I'm lying a little bit.
have you guys downloaded the CFBM 19 Lite roster?
No, what would that be?
So if you download that
Defensive pass interference.
then-
What?
then then you go to play an exhibition game. You can play
It's against my
with the
defense.
NCAA.
My guy, Alan Webb.
Oh, right.
I'm not sure how, but. Well, I want to know why they're calling it within 5 yards of the line anyway.
Hey, we were talking about Sheamus last night. He made his return tonight on TV. Yep.
Exciting.
Yes, she did. She came back tonight to help her buddy Nikki Cross. Yes, Nikki Cross is, but that's my choice. I like Alexa, don't get me wrong, but Nikki's more my type. Dark hair and screamer.
And you'd know this how.
That's what I like.
No, I meant the screamer part.
Well, her character's a screamer in the ring. So.
Oh, I was going to say. Let's see if I can get a fucking drive started. Yeah, that's not going nowhere.
To be fair with these Rams, their defense is pretty okay. They just get tired a lot of the rest of anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 on the board. It's coming. Roman Gabriel is coming.
KXA, here's an interesting upload from David Von Peen's JFK channel. KXA Radio out of Seattle, Washington from November 22nd, 1963. With 45-minute clip.
Wow, so he's got a lot of
Right,
nicknames
throw
for
the
the
ball.
Bears.
Oh,
Olsen has got
He
all
does?
3 sacks.
Yeah. Yeah, like he's got Jim Mad Mac McMahon.
Must be right now.
so he puts the nicknames on their names?
Yeah, Walter Sweetness, Peyton.
Oh. I would end up going through it fixing all that. I like
How was
Night
that
Train
not
Lane
pass
where the
interference?
nickname is
The fucker
is
did a
part
twist
of
right
his
in front of his
lore.
face.
But Jim McMahon, no. You know, by the time you get to the 80s, unless it's like Boomer or Icky, the nickname
Dan
wasn't.
Hampton.
Oh, Jesus.
Steve Mongo McMichael. Oh, but he doesn't have William the Fridge Perry. He just has William Perry.
Well, to each their own. I'm not sure I like that.
Hurry! In this corner.
Anyways, let me just check out the ratings here real quick.
The answer is no.
The highest rated quarterback is Tom Brady. That makes sense.
Yeah.
Not
He was
really.
pretty good in 2007.
Doesn't make a lot of sense.
Dan Marino
Did-
second.
That's not bad.
But, well, I mean, it's like an all-time greats.
Wow.
Or,
This is
Nobody's-
best era.
teams.
Nobody's on
Best era.
him. but
Yeah, I was
he
going to
blew
say
it out
they're
of
a little high, but I think the best era ratings are kind of high too. So,
Yeah.
because there's so many great players.
That was.
That's Roman Gabriel right there for you.
By the way, it's after midnight. It's after midnight on the East Coast.
Don't give Gizmo any food. Gursky. God, he's seeking
Not
it.
sure
He
I
jumps over a
believe.
guy.
He's got Walter Payton's speed is 94. That's a little too fast.
I don't remember. I think you actually... Is it telling you to punt the ball? Yeah, then you must be against it. For a 40-yard attempt. It's just nuts.
That'd be 50. So.
Yeah, it would be. Yeah, my bad. I did the math too fast in my head and I forgot the 10. Oh! At least he didn't catch it there. I was happy at that.
Well, I'll tell you what, the NFL is all in on the Bills. Here's a video they uploaded today breaking down Josh Allen's career day against the Cowboys. I've seen a lot of bandwagon comments, too, around the league on various posts. Instead of the old same old, oh, it's the Bills. Most people are actually saying, I'm rooting for the Bills now. I like the Bills. I like this Josh Allen kid.
Why were that Bills players celebrating like they beat the Patriots?
Right?
I've seen like all sorts of videos like they just conquered like the greatest team ever, and I'm like, okay.
Not sure.
Or 6-6, they'd be out of the playoffs if they were in any other division.
I think
Yeah.
I think you're seeing that because it's the Bills and it's national television Thanksgiving. But I would be almost willing to bet that a lot of players mock the Cowboys when they beat them in Dallas. A lot of teams do that just because it is the Cowboys, and you hear sometimes like the Giants, like Eli writing messages on their bathroom walls and stuff like that. So I think it's not.
They haven't done that since they built that stadium, but yeah.
Right, but I think it's that it's a team beating the Cowboys in Dallas on national TV kind of goes to their heads.
Went to their head. I heard they were demanding what's his fucking jersey or whatever.
Didn't hear anything about
Prescott's
that.
or whatever.
Well, I saw like some of the players were like going, "Now I know why you haven't paid Dak Prescott." Blah blah blah.
Oh yeah, that was Shaq Lawson. Yeah.
That's for, you know, Dallas hasn't done anything in 26 years, but Buffalo hasn't done shit ever. So it's 1963. So.
65.
Hasn't won anything since 63-5.
Well, again, it's I mean, if you want to judge them based on the way we perceive sportsmanship, yeah, it was bad taste. But you got to remember, it's a childish,
I still
childish
stand by
game nowadays.
my belief that the Bills, yeah, they've got a good core going on right now, but they are not as good as the estimations are.
I wouldn't say anybody is overrating this team, but there's definitely some
I would
bandwagoners
definitely
jumping
say
on
there's
after yesterday.
some.
You got to
There's a
remember,
little more
nobody's
hype
seen
than
them.
they should probably have.
Nobody has seen them up until yesterday. So, because that was the first national televised game they've had since the playoff game 2 years ago, where it's an entirely different team now.
I think next year they'll be a lot better.
Oh, see, what's important about this year, and I've said it in a couple of my videos, is they are learning how to win this year.
Yeah, against
It's
really easy
great.
teams.
Well, you got to start somewhere.
Yeah.
You know, you got to win.
But
a
I mean,
lot of teams that
I've
come
heard
out of
plenty
nowhere and
people come out and
surprise.
say that the Patriots, and usually it's at the beginning of the season, but nobody ever reevaluates midway through the season or anything like that about an easy schedule. And you look at the Bills' schedule going through the season, and arguably it's a fairly easy schedule as the teams progress, and you see who's shit and who's not.
Oh, yeah, I'm not arguing that point with you. It's just you gotta play the schedule you're given, and this year we drew the
And
NFC
don't
East
get me wrong, I
and the AFC
understand.
North.
Yeah, and don't get me wrong, I understand the whole any given Sunday concept. You're right. That can fucking look at the fucking 18-1 season. I mean, come on now. There was no reason the Giants should have won that game, but they did.
Right. Well, that's the beautiful thing about football.
Yep.
I can remember somebody commenting after Super Bowl 25, and it was one of the studio guys, that you line those Bills and those Giants up and play a 7-game series, the Bills win 4-1. However, they lost game 1. And in NFL, that's all that counts.
Yep. Because, I mean, you can't argue that the Bills in the 90s, 4 straight fucking Super Bowls, those guys were fucking phenomenal. But somehow that last game just escaped them.
Well, once you lose once and then you lose another, you get to the third, and now by the time you get to the third, things, if you remember correctly, they were actually leading Dallas at one point. They had blocked a punt, Thurman Thomas had scored a touchdown, but then all of a sudden, Aikman hits Irvin, there's a fumble, scoop and score, it's 14-10, and bam, they're just go into the tank because mentally they can't handle it.
Yeah.
There was a story
big
the
thing
following
too.
year. The following year against the Cowboys, there was a story in the pregame show about the Vikings losing their 4 Super Bowls, and Ahmad Rashad was playing in his first one, which was their 4th, and you had players like Jim Marshall that had been there, you know, for all 4 of them. And he was trying to go up and down the sidelines and fire them up when the Raiders got up early, and he said he could see that the team had already been defeated, and it was the second quarter.
Right.
So, and that happened to the Bills in that the first one they were in it all the way up until the missed field goal. The second one, the Redskins, actually the first quarter was scoreless, but then the Redskins dominated the second quarter, which is what they do in Super Bowls, or at least back then. And the Bills fought back late, but it was too little too late.
Oh.
And then against the Cowboys, it was just a case of, you know, they were overmatched, and when they did fall behind early, there was no team of destiny, as everybody was calling them at that time. It was gone. And then the same thing happened in the fourth one. The Bills are leading at halftime, 13-6. They have the ball come out. Thurman fumbles the ball. James Washington picks it up and scores. This just ties the game. Thomas doesn't come back in the game. Probably one of the biggest negative spots on his career is that he did not come back out for the rest of that game, and the rest of the Bills just didn't have any more fight left in them, and the next thing you know, it went from 13-6 at halftime Buffalo to 30-13 Dallas.
Well, I think the Buffalo Bills second team was
Personally, I think 91 was better, but they were also had better competition. The Redskins in 91 were better than the 90 Giants, and man.
I like the 91 team, but the problem is the Redskins were built to. The 91 Redskins were like the 94 49ers. Everybody was in to win that year.
Yep. Mark Rypien was in a contract year, so he was playing for his contract, and he had a career year, best career of year of his life. But the reason I know everybody else most people put the 90 Bills ahead of the 91 Bills because of their performance in the Super Bowl. And I can't argue with that. But the reason why I like the 91 Bills better is Carvel Gardner replaces Jamie Mueller at fullback. Carvel Gardner's a lot quicker, a lot stronger. We have Brad Del Wiso kicking off, relieving Scott Norwood. Chris Moore is punting instead of Rick Tootin. Chris Moore was a much better punter. You know, it's the little things, intangibles, where now Bruce Smith was injured most of the season, so that's a negative against the 91 Bills. Where had Bruce Smith been healthy, who knows how much better they could have been.
90 Bills were better than
Yep. Oh yeah. Well,
like
Giants in that one game
had the better game plan.
I love Mark Levy, but Bill Parcells beat.
Oh yeah.
And I love Mark.
You know, if there was ever a case where the losing team should have had the Super Bowl MVP, it should have been Thurman Thomas and not Otis Anderson. Don't get me wrong, Otis had a great game, especially for his age, but it wasn't MVP caliber. He was given the MVP because there was nobody really stood out. Maybe Stephen Baker, but
Otis carried the ball so much in the second half on those
oh yeah.
drives that were that made the second half, those 12 and 13-yard drives.
And 5 in the secondary now for the Giants on third down.
Are you fucking kidding me?
Can
The
you give someone
Associated
an
Press.
MVP just for holding on to the ball and letting the safety not be a touchdown? Because that was a pretty important play, too.
You know, that was, in my opinion, that was probably the most important play. Jeff Hostetler had the hand strength to hold on that ball, and Bruce Smith had a hold of his wrist. Because had Bruce Smith forced that fumble and recovered it for a touchdown, it's 17, instead of 12-3 at that time, it's 17-3. Giants don't recover. There's no way.
I think that's definitely one of the plays.
Because the Giants' game plan, because now
Right.
the Giants have to, the Giants' game plan goes out the window at that point. And you're asking Jeff Hostetler. It would have been 17-3 instead of 12-3. It's 12-3. The Giants stop the Bills, get the ball back, make it 12-10 before halftime. However, if it's 17-3,
Holy shit, you dropped
the
that?
Giants' game plan changes because now you got to put the ball in Jeff Hostetler's hands, and he just had a major screw up.
Yeah, it's a mental game. At
Yep.
that point.
But I was going to say the reason I picked the 90 Bills over the 91 Bills for best era is just because of the fact that when I was paying attention in 90, I thought the Bills were the best team in the league.
Oh yeah.
And then they didn't win the Super Bowl, but 91, I never thought they were better than the Redskins. So I was not surprised that the Redskins beat them up.
No, what's funny is that, do you remember Sports Illustrated used to have this this writer, he's dead now, but Dr. Z Zimmerman, and he would pick the Super Bowl every year. And in 91, he picked the Redskins beat the Bills. And I got that, I had a subscription at that time, so I started, that was my first year of picking, and I picked opposite of him. I said the Bills would beat the Redskins. But I was amazed that he had picked the Redskins, because the year before they were a 10-6 wildcard team. You know, nobody was expecting, in my opinion, them to go to the Super Bowl after losing to the 49ers in the divisional playoff, 1990. But Dr. Z did, and so I went with it too, just because I was 11. What did I know? I just changed the winner, excuse me. I've only been right. I've been making picks since 91, and I've only been right once in my career, my life. Ravens over 49ers in 2012.
I just watched something about the 2012 Ravens. Not that
They had a Harbaugh Bowl Part 1 on YouTube, got uploaded by somebody.
Yeah. Not sure if it was that, because it was it was like a 4-minute thing.
Yeah, it was a short video.
Oh, yeah, maybe it was that.
Mm-hmm.
This year I picked Chiefs beat the Saints, and so far the Saints are doing fine.
The Chiefs will be fine.
I don't see the Chiefs going to the Super Bowl at this point in this season. They're going to have a home playoff game, but it looks like it. Well, right now it would be against the Bills. So obviously I would want to be wrong at that point.
Right.
Now that the Falcons are eliminated from the NFC, though, I can freely root the NFC for whoever I want.
I see him right there.
Might be the Saints, I don't know.
I'm sure it's going to happen sometime in the next couple of weeks, but if the I thought it might be the Texans, and then Lamar Jackson destroyed them too, and now I'm like, man, I don't know. The Ravens might end up going to the Super Bowl.
Yeah, they look really good. Maybe two things that help the Bills in that game upcoming is that they've got 10 days to prepare. It's at home. Not that it necessarily matters to Lamar Jackson.
Yeah.
The other thing is that the Ravens have a hell of a game this weekend against the 49ers.
Yeah. I was going to say, if the 49ers defense is really fast, I didn't know how fast until I saw them beat the crap out of the Packers.
Oh, yeah. I didn't think they were going to do that.
If they can do anything. But if Lamar Jackson shreds them, I'm going to... It's like, oh, wow. I don't think the Patriots are the favorites anymore. I think it's the Ravens if that happens.
I don't think the Patriots are going. I think the Ravens are going.
Yeah,
they definitely look like it right now, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Here's
an
interesting upload.
The Chiefs are underrated because their struggles. I think they'll be over them by the time the playoffs start.
Here's an interesting upload, Terrace. Bart Simpson, 98 Buccaneers at Jaguars.
Yeah, I saw that. I wanted to pick that up before it's second down. The Jaguar games from 96 to 99 are so rare.
Yeah. Well, nobody was recording them because, well, at least not in my area, because they weren't on TV a lot, and especially in 96, nobody expected anything out of them, even in the playoffs. They're like, well, this is a fun little story. They went from 4-7 in the playoffs, but Buffalo beat them. Oh, no, they beat the Bills. Well, John Elway and Denver will take care of them. Wait, what? They're in the AFC title game.
Wasn't that the year that both they and the Panthers made the title games?
Yep.
Second season they were out.
Second season out, yep. They were expanded in 95, and in 96 they were one game away from the Super Bowl.
Gabriel sucks. Fucking guy was open. I didn't see. Did you get close to him?
My head was close to him, yeah.
Okay, that must
So, how weak was the NFC if Roman Gabriel sucks and Norm Snead is one of the worst quarterbacks we have in 69 when they're both in the Pro Bowl? Obviously, they both get a lot better.
the vagina got scared, which is why he fucking beat the ball.
Nice punt, you dick.
First of all, Roman Gabriel took a while, but he learns how to play soon. I think 65, all of a sudden he figures it out. Norm Snead, I have no idea.
He's got one more year of being just shitty, but still.
I think the fact that the Rams kept drafting quarterbacks, too, kind of lit a fire under him and eventually says, you know what? Maybe I need to get better.
next year, the guy they draft is the guy that starts for
Yeah.
Yeah, none of that.
Terry Baker, is that?
good either. So
They draft a new guy.
Oh, a new guy. Okay, Terry Baker's who you have now.
I didn't start because
that went
Gabriel started
Nowhere.
It's going to be weird when Gabriel's actually one of the reasons the Rams win. Because you'll develop this huge hate. I know you'll have this huge hatred for him. And so I wonder you'll still ignore him or let him win games.
That dirty son of a.
I have irrational hatred of certain players that are going to be on my teams all in the future. If we ever make it to the late 90s, Rob Johnson won't see the field. I don't plan on playing Earl Morrill if I can help it
He's like, fuck this guy.
with the Colts.
So when Unitas goes down, who are you going to start?
Running
Well,
back.
Earl Morrill, obviously, they only had 2 quarterbacks on the team. Well, Tom Maddie, maybe I'll put him at quarterback.
There you go. In the Super Bowl.
Yeah. Especially if I end up playing the Jets. Whenever I play the Jets, yeah.
Oh! Jesus fucking Christ. God damn it.
Well, that should have been intercepted.
Should have been.
Oh my god. I don't know what to do. I may have to call a timeout here.
Right.
The most.
You're gonna see something.
Nope.
Oh, he's punting. Holy crap!
Hold on.
The Giants going into? Are the Giants going into? That's the end of the season. Let's get to the playoffs mode.
Nope.
Uh-oh, is this what, are we going to see punting in the playoffs?
No, not
Is Glenn-
necessarily.
Glenn Griffin.
5.
5-yard line, and it was 3rd and 4th and 8.
Is
I
that
don't
number
care.
27 that just
doesn't
returned that, or just stopped that punt had a modern uniform? John,
I don't think so.
number 27 for the Giants. He was the first one down on the punt. He
He
had
wasn't even that close, was he?
he was the first one down on the fair catch, but he had armbands around his elbows and he had a short sleeve jersey.
No idea. I didn't notice
Yeah.
that much. What's who's supposed to be number 27?
Hold on, let me bring it up. See if you're supposed to have one.
Pardon me.
So the offense looking at a 2nd and 8.
So, if I'm thinking about this correctly, if the Packers win
What
that
the fuck was that?
simulation playoff game on your channel, Vinny, then they're going directly to Chicago, right?
Yeah,
And
I'm the 6th seed.
Okay,
Packers
so
out of the
Giants
6th
will
seed.
play the other one. Okay.
Yep. Giants will play the Saints Vikings winner.
All right.
Let's see. Almost there, John.
Well, if the Saints could somehow win, then obviously I'll root for the Cardinals and the Saints. But otherwise,
Yeah.
the Vikings are the one team to beat me, so I don't want that. But the Packers are playing really well.
You don't have a 27,
Okay.
so obviously the computer signed somebody to your roster. That explains why he's in a modern uniform. Here's a YouTube video uploaded by Sinatra. Says, I got a vasectomy because of climate change.
What?
Well, did he just upload that?
Didn't you know?
12 hours ago.
Gen Zers and
I haven't seen it yet.
millennials, some of you millennials,
I follow him on YouTube too.
because, there are too many people on the planet.
Well,
I like
that was
his
one
videos.
of these No Nut November thing.
Oh, and the too many people is causing the
Oh, fuck.
climate change.
That and male feminists.
It's the humans breathing the oxygen.
Yeah.
Okay.
I like Sinatra Says.
What's it called? Climate, shit, man, a little thing. A whole bunch of them fucking went to the malls and laid down.
Oh my
Yes,
god.
Yeah, because that makes a lot of sense. But
Defenders or some shit like that.
Climate shit? That makes sense.
That makes more sense, but
The Climateers. Yeah. Hey, did you see that? Did you hear that Kaylee Cuoco is going to be voicing Harley Quinn on DC Universe? This new cartoon.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I'd just rather see her dressed up as Harley Quinn.
Oh yeah, that would be nice.
True. I can't really say anything bad about her.
If we're talking Big Bang Theory actresses, though, I don't know what her real name is, but Bernadette is
Oh my God, yes.
my type. Just leave the voice.
I'm sorry, what was it called?
Oh, cool. Good for them.
I think they don't understand that if the planet wants us extinct, the planet's going to get us extinct.
Oh yeah, that's that. Did you see Stephen A. Smith's video yesterday that he did from his house?
I did not.
Toasting the Cowboys' loss. I would assume you didn't watch it. That wouldn't make sense for you, but as I said in my own video, I have an irrational hate for the Cowboys, so I enjoy when they lose.
An irrational hate?
It's irrational. It makes no sense. I'm not a fan of any of the teams that they play against all the time. But my hatred stems from my brother's love for them.
Doesn't like it because catch the fucking serious. Madden doesn't want me to win this game. Madden doesn't want me to beat
like him.
Terrors at all this week.
I guess not. I don't like the Cowboys because of my brother. Yep.
I don't think I hate them nearly as much as, say, in the 2000s the Cowboys were 5-11.
You're right. If we were born in 83 and 89 instead of 73 and 79, so I wouldn't have been really old enough to care in the early 90s. I started watching football in 88, so let's fast forward 10 years. If I started watching football in 98, I wouldn't give two shits about the Cowboys. I would just find them as another... yeah. Oh yeah, that's the whole thing with the Cowboys. It's the same thing with LeBron. It's the same thing for a while there with Tiger Woods, or ESPN. And I label it the ESPN generation, but it's not just them. The national sports media has determined that this team is going to be shoved down your throat, and they do it whether they're good or not. I mean, you look at Johnny Manziel. Johnny Manziel comes out of college. He's not that good. But he comes out of college with all this hype, and he stinks the joint up in Cleveland. He's got alcohol problems and all this. He goes to Canada to try to rehab his career. He should have gone up there quietly with no fanfare. But ESPN shows his highlights the day after a game in which he throws 4 interceptions. They show his highlights. They don't tell you who won the game. They don't give you a final score. The whole segment's about Johnny fucking football. And I'm sorry, but but the Cowboys get that it doesn't matter who their players are. The Cowboys get that kind of love from ESPN or any other sports media for just being the Cowboys.
Well, that's because I'm willing to bet you that the Bears Giants games this year in prime time, every one of them of the top 10, I would be willing to bet you 8 of them have Dallas Cowboys as one of the 2 teams.
Well, they just said earlier, they released the numbers earlier that this Cowboys-Bills game was the most watched Thanksgiving game in 26 years, 27 years. Going all the way back to 92.
That long.
Well,
Yeah, it's the same thing with the Yankees and Red Sox. It's all they ever talk about.
Oh, yeah, yeah, I get it too. And being a Red Sox fan, I'm on the other side of that debate because I'm actually involved in that and have a personal stake in it. But I could see whereas it would be annoying to me if I wasn't following that series personally. Kobe Bryant was another one. Now he was great, but even when he was struggling, he would lead off SportsCenter. The night he dropped 81, it was almost like there was no other sports happening that night. It was all about Kobe Bryant that whole morning. LeBron, who last year didn't make the playoffs and still would lead SportsCenter more often than not.
I kind of understand that a little bit more, though.
It's the hero worship mentality.
Yeah.
But they decide who we're supposed to worship. And sometimes the players earned it, like Tiger Woods. He had legitimately earned all the praise he got for the way he played. But even after the problems he had with the divorce and the affairs and all that, he was still getting... They were showing his highlights, reporting on his score when he first came back and wasn't doing that well. I don't know who won the tournament, but Tiger Woods was 14 over par and didn't make the cut.
Right. Yeah, and just like with the Cowboys and the Yankees having so many people watch their games, it's a tournament with Tiger gets a lot more views than without him.
And deservedly so.
What the fuck is up with dropping it when you hit the ground?
When you're not a fan of that particular thing, it gets really annoying.
Right. Yep. Yeah, I hear it all the time with the White Sox fans. Like, to me, there are some Cub fans that I'm friends with that absolutely hate White Sox and White Sox fans. But to me, I just think of them as irrelevant. Like, they're not really a team. I don't care what they do. They could win or lose. I don't care. But and that's a lot of my Cub fan friends really just don't give a crap what the White Sox do or say. But the White Sox fans absolutely hate the Cubs. And then they're always like, 4 pages of the newspaper were dedicated to the Cubs and only 1/2 a page to the White Sox. It's just, they just hate it so much. Funny. But then again, if you look at the attendance, the Cubs draw 3 million and the White Sox struggle to draw 1. So, of course, you're going to cover. Yeah.
I have always wondered personally why Chicago has 2 baseball teams. I get the Chicago's second city and all their huge city and all that, but it doesn't seem, because in the other sports, the second team is left. The Cardinals left the town 60 years ago because that city there was not a big enough fan base for 2 football teams. And the same thing goes with the White Sox. Is I get that they were formed in 2 different leagues around this, not the same time. The Cubs are a bunch older, but I'm surprised the White Sox never left. Well, back in the 60s when teams were moving out west, Brooklyn, New York had, 3 teams and lost 2 of them? Brooklyn and the New York Giants. I'm surprised the White Sox didn't pick up stakes and go, hey, San Francisco and LA just took teams, let's go to San Diego. Or what's another city that, everybody keeps talking about bringing a team back to Montreal, and that the common guess is the Tampa Bay Rays are going to be the ones to go. Of course, they're playing games up there, which doesn't help. But you never hear talk out of the White Sox. Never. There's no talk about them moving. So, good for them, but I'm surprised.
Well, one of the reasons is because their owner is pretty big time in the ring of owners or whatever.
Yeah.
He's way up there. So, I think
if he still the Comiskey family?
It is the same guy that owns the Bulls. I can't think of his name. I can't.
Yeah, I don't.
He
I'm
owns
not-
he owns the Bulls and the White Sox. Obviously, he's done a lot better with the Bulls, but he's more of a baseball fan than a basketball fan. Reinsdorf, Jerry Reinsdorf.
Yep. Speaking of that, the Bulls lost to the Trailblazers 107-103.
And so that's the other thing. If you own two teams in Chicago, you're not going to move one of them.
Right. But when it was the Comiskey family, I'm surprised
Right,
that because
yeah.
it's not like the Chicago Cardinals
I hate that
didn't
fucking
have an
double
owner that
tap.
was a big name in Chicago. The Bidwell family was huge in Chicago, but they still 1960 picked up and left.
Underthrowing him there, and you're right. Those interceptions maybe in the back of his mind.
Yeah, it is a.
For a while there in the 40s, there was actually 3 teams because the other league had the Chicago Rockets.
Oh, seriously.
Yeah, I wonder if there ever was. Because again, I don't care about the White Sox. So I don't. Even if someone had once threatened to move them, I would have
Never
never
know.
cared. So I don't know if they ever were close to moving or not.
That's a good question.
If they move, fine. If they don't,
This has got to be one of my
Well,
worst
like,
games so far this season.
Only, as far as I can tell, only New York and Los Angeles have ever successfully run two teams in their cities. Boston had the Red Sox and Braves for 50 years or so, but the Braves couldn't financially keep up with the Red Sox, and even though the Braves were the older team, the Braves moved. They went to Milwaukee.
Antonio Lopez de Santa Anna,
You're doing the Texans. It's famous
longest name I've ever seen.
famous names in Texas history.
That was just good defense
Yeah.
right there.
It's
Oh,
just so
that's
long.
the other question, John. John,
What?
the other night when we were on without you, we were talking about even if we stick with Sack to the Future for a full 30 seasons, which it doesn't seem like we're going to be able to because the game just won't let us.
Right.
We will never hit the Houston Texans or the Baltimore Ravens from starting from 64. Would you rather have Terrors and Phantom create a dummy profile and move those teams to something so that we don't have 2 Houston, 2 Baltimore teams in the league? Now, obviously, I can't move the Colts back to Baltimore after that, because if we could, that would make it a no-brainer. But for some reason, you move a team out of the city, that city doesn't open up. But put a team in Memphis and Toronto or something.
Yeah, that's fine. I don't care.
They only have to do it for 5 weeks, and then once they get through week 5, they can pull their teams out of those cities and those franchises and.
You were talking about the Ravens and the Texans, right?
Right.
The only thing I wonder is if we do move them, should we just keep them as the Ravens and Texans, though? Because some of
The
those created
Texans wouldn't make
uniforms
sense.
look. Yeah, well, you can move them to Austin.
True. That actually wouldn't be bad.
Because I was just only going to say that because some of the uniforms, there's a couple decent ones, but there's some that look okay, and then when you go to play a game, you're like, this is horrible. like just the way the numbers are on the uniforms and stuff, you're like, ugh. So I wonder if we want to avoid that.
I don't. Move the Texans to Austin then, and
Or does it not matter because they're semi-pro anyways? Maybe they should be ugly.
yeah, maybe.
Or those god awful. Whatever.
There is
Hound uniforms.
The idea, since this is kind of a history thing, to be able to whether we throw them into a spot where there's a USFL team or an old world, whatever the team was, the other league in the 70s, I'd say that would be cool.
Well, I mean, we do a little research. There's a YouTube video on there that goes through kind of sarcastically all the potential moves and uniforms. Cause
Very sarcastic.
Yeah.
That guy's awesome.
Maybe move a team, see if we can move a team to Hawaii to make the Hawaii Islanders.
Yeah, can't do that.
Yeah, you
unfortunately.
can't.
Okay.
Yeah.
That would have been awesome.
Memphis Showboats. There you go.
Yeah,
You can
that's
do
one.
Memphis, but I think it's the Steamers. I don't think you can be the Showboats.
Right.
Yeah, but do you really want to be the Memphis Steamers?
Well,
I mean,
maybe
Just
that
'cause
should be
they're not in
Baltimore, so they have all
Cleveland.
the name puns.
just because they're not in
We should-
Cleveland.
Maybe you should move the Ravens there so they have all the name puns like in your mouth hole and
Tackle it! What the fuck? How many times do I gotta push square to tackle? Brian sweeps me in week 17.
Wow.
With this game especially, and the game last night, well, the Cowboys game, I got so many mad mentions in that photo.
My guys just can't. It's the same issue I'm having across all the teams. They can't catch. For
You know
whatever
what,
reason,
though?
they're getting hit in the fucking hands and
Terrace.
they can't catch.
hopefully that runs out for the Colts Raiders game.
I'm sure you hope it does.
I would be foolish not to hope for that.
Hey, you know what? Like I said, I don't care if I lose every game, every team's game for the rest of the season. Except for one. I just want the Browns to win 3 more. Then I'll be happy.
Yeah. I want the Super Bowl to be the Colts and Packers. We all want something.
I got something for your wanting. Thank you, Frank Gifford.
Personally, I think the Cardinals are going to upset the Packers, and I'm going to lose to the Raiders and the Colts, and I'm going to have all my hopes on the Cardinals traveling to, well, first New York and then Chicago, if I can get through New York.
Throw the ball. What was that fucking what's his nuts again?
So all the Cardinals have to do, theoretically, is beat the Packers, who had the third best record in '63, the Giants, who had the second best record, and the Bears, who had the best record, and
then
possibly
potentially face the Browns or the Chargers. Yeah, that's all. That's all. That's nothing.
Cakewalk. Did he fucking drop that?
Wow. The thing about this is John can't even get any revenge. I mean, he can get revenge on other people, but he can't get revenge on Tears unless it's Giants and Browns or Raiders in the Super Bowl.
Of course. Wow. Probably. At least 2, maybe 3.
I'm pretty sure I probably got one during the same drive where I got
Their already slim hopes are going to ride on this one. They'll go on 4th down. As expected, they're going to keep the drive alive. Jordan Reed has it. And they'll get him to the ground, but he got all the way down to the 30-yard line. It's a gain of 24 that time. And that leads to a New York first down. Looking to throw. Quickly here, that's complete. And inside the 20 before it's brought down. And now the Rams are going to halt things as they want to timeout. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter.
About fucking time.
So we'll get on the scoreboard here. Give him credit for that. Too little, too late, but no 0. Oh, you're going slow clap on me. Not very nice, is it? No, but they haven't been very nice on offense. It's been a struggle. So they're going to go for 2.
So, by the way, that roster set, the ratings, some things bother me to where I know if I was going to use that, I would want to fix stuff. But the part I despise the most, the dressing, that looks pretty good for the people I looked at.
Nice.
But yeah.
Now it's Murray to kick this one away.
Just because, like I was saying before, Walter Payton, speed 94, that seems a little high to me, especially with Bo Jackson's 95. Walter Payton was not almost as fast as Bo Jackson. I mean, he was a great running back, don't get me wrong, but flat out speed, no way.
That was weird.
What the? Oh, let's fill my mouth with parts. Ah, I'm like, what the fuck is that name?
You saw the Tampa Bay score?
Yeah.
Did they finish winless?
I don't know.
Falcons lead 17-13 with 9:25 to go.
Uh-oh, Sam Huff looks injured.
Oh, no.
He'll be back.
Oh, why is he still in?
He was injured earlier this season anyway. I don't give a fuck.
John don't care.
All right, that's cool.
Oh,
That's what she said.
we can advance to the playoffs and you still get the stats, right? That's the end of the season we would have to wait on. Okay. So I'm gonna see if it's 12:50 Eastern here. My alarm goes off at 5. I really should go to bed, but it's just as long as there's no roster moves for the 8.
Why are you getting up at 5? Gotta work?
I gotta work.
You poor bastard.
I gotta work every other day for the next week.
Every other
It's a weird.
day.
Yeah, it's a weird schedule.
You are weird.
It is, but I took Sunday off because of the Christmas parade here in town. I took Tuesday off for a doctor's appointment, and then I'm off Thursday through next Sunday.
I almost fell for the handoff. Whoa, let's see. He's only got a bruised shoulder. He'll be back.
Fucking game, man. I cannot wait to get out of here. When I say take off the goddamn auto juke, take off the goddamn auto juke.
Phantom, I'm shutting down the website here, so you'll have to update it, the spreadsheet. I'm shutting my computer down.
Shutting down the website.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna get through the offense, and that's it
There
for
you
the
go.
Texans.
If I get a chance, I'll start working on what was left. Oh, the Texans and Rams, and then 2 teams that aren't playing. So I'll work on the next 4 o'clock game, I guess.
Redskins.
Steelers.
Yeah, Redskins are playing the Steelers. Are the Steelers done?
Oh!
No. I've done the
Wow.
Giants and the
I thought you were going to pick that off on the fucking tip.
Lions.
Okay.
On the Oilers. I've done 3 of his teams so far.
Yeah, sorry.
Hey, we understand with you. We've had a lot going on.
Throw the fucking ball!
Oh no.
5th sack of the
no,
game.
he's just, yeah, that's his 5th
Yeah.
sack of the game. Yeah.
Man, how far behind Gino Marchetti is he?
He was
I
only
gotta worry.
1 behind my guy, so he was 6 behind.
Marchetti had 1 in the game.
I didn't think it'd be possible to catch you,
Yeah.
but we knew. We knew
It's
the Rams would
conspiracy.
do this to the second best team in the NFC. It makes
Well, the Packers did it, but then again, it's the Packers. The big thing there was interceptions. I had 4 on him. I didn't have a lot of sacks, I don't think. Oh, well, I had 5, but I think it was Herb Adley had 4.
This shit's getting ridiculous. My mouthful farts. That just sounds fucking ridiculous.
We got so many people blocking him that nobody's blocking Merlin. Oh, wow. Oh, so another reason that Madden 20 will be exciting is you can call double teams. So if you're playing Deacon Jones, you can have two linemen double team him on any particular play. So that's pretty awesome.
I had to do that against Cameron Jordan the other night when his red X was on fire against me.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah, if the X Factors go off for, I am sure that Deacon Jones has one.
Yeah,
but some of the other guys, when they go off, at least you can double Deacon him.
The exhibition game that John and I played back in August, he got Saquon Barkley's Red X going first, and I couldn't stop him. And then all of a sudden I tackled him once, and it was done. And Andrew Luck caught fire, and it brought me back into the game.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know on this date in well, not this date anymore, we're past midnight, but on yesterday's date, 1972, Atari released Pong.
Oh, you fucker!
Not
In what year?
1972.
Okay.
November 29th.
The original Med.
Yes. The Pong League's jumping up all over this.
I'm talking about my return options. They were all one direction.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
I know where he's going.
Strip that fucking ball.
I do have to protect the ball.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this off.
I lost everybody. Oh, there you guys are.
Even if I get 2-point conversions from here on out, I still can't win if I score twice. Can't even tie it.
No, you're down by 17. You gotta score thrice.
Mm-hmm.
As we step aside here in the fourth quarter.
Here we go! White, let's round! Let's round!
Damn, somebody on this offensive line.
Back to the 34-yard line. And his defense here going to burn their second timeout. But you can also factor in another timeout that they'll get when the clock stops at the 2-minute warning.
It's just been, haven't been able to run the ball. Of course, you haven't let me run
The
this
Rams
entire
on third down.
three-game series.
They've converted a third of their opportunities,
Yeah.
3 for 9.
That's been the only consistent thing I've had.
Let's go! 38!
Come on, Webb. Fucking dead. Never mind that shit. Hit him with a fucking club. I saw it. I tried to fall back into coverage and it didn't go. It worked.
Well, aren't your goddamn suggestions anymore? Everyone's too much.
So, John, you're off for the wild cards. You don't have a team in the game.
Right.
Phantom's got a himself versus himself.
Yep.
I've got one of them.
Yeah. No. Watch it be Sam Huff who just dropped into coverage.
It's already 2nd and 12. The defense hoping to push them back.
Yeah,
No,
Sam
Huff's
fucking
standing
Huff.
there. He's standing walking around.
He's not on the field.
Did you pick a formation where he comes out?
Yeah, he should have been the fucking right in the middle of or the right outside line, left outside linebacker. Yep, Sam Huff, bruised sternum.
Oh, boy.
Don't know how
That's
he got a
weird,
bruised
because
sternum because he didn't touch nobody.
He was walking around in the huddle, in scenes between the plays.
So
Oh, that doesn't mean anything.
No, evidently not.
We remember when Lane was hurt, he kept coming out to lead his team.
Listen, remember,
That's true.
Tittle had a fucking broken foot and came back.
Yeah, Bobby Lane
Yeah.
wasn't even starting, but yeah, he'd lead the team out every week in full uniform.
12 of 26. I've had so many.
Hang on, and as I watch that unfold, I remembered an expression that I've heard, maybe from you, I don't know, but you're going to get hit anyway.
I don't even want to know what Tittle's fucking stats are.
Coach said that, right? Not an actual player. Not a chance at all. Way easier said than done.
Well, when the schedule came out back in July, who would have thought this would happen?
And he'll get credit for a punt inside the 20, not by much, but inside the 20 at the 19-yard line. And New York set to take the field. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for Pride.
New controller from the X button just isn't working on my kids.
Drew down huge. And so the coach, what do you want to call? He was waving to him. Hey, who cares?
Six.
No,
Fucking
no.
insane.
Ooh, is he gonna do it?
Do what?
Go all the way back and take Marchetti's record away?
What's Marchetti's record?
Well, I think I'm one ahead of him now. Phantom thinks I was 6 ahead of him going in the game, but I got
Fucking
one.
Come on! 17 of 39.
A lot of yardage.
That's because he has to take deep shots.
Yeah, that's true.
Down here for the offense after the incomplete pass.
Wow, okay.
Well, the Buccaneers and Falcons are tied at 20.
Uh-oh.
He was wide open, and then he come across the fucking field and get it.
Former Giant Lyndon Crow.
Well, the Rams are building for 64, apparently.
I was trying to get to Merlin Olsen so I can beat Vinny Sack, but
Basically, you want to do to me what was done to you in 61 with the rushing title. Oh, wow.
Individual stats, maybe not for our storyline, but he's in for the late score. Points on the board, and that return right there kind of indicative of how this thing's gone.
You see both teams go at it, and she just pointed out.
Jesus, he missed it.
But just like in boxing, the blow that hurts the most, the one you didn't see coming. And that often is the case when it comes to explosive.
So would no doubt be a
Oh,
miracle.
you fucker.
Let's see what they can do starting with the onside kick. So now the other return teams out there as they'll try to duplicate what they just saw.
Come on.
Kick. This will be taken by one of the up-men. And they're going to start this drive.
I was hoping you came out in onside kick formation, because that would have been perfect. It tells you what it's doing. Yeah.
We're all about education here.
well,
I-
it looks like Marchetti's safe with the kickoff return for a touchdown, and I got the ball back. Gonna kneel
Punt.
the ball.
Punt.
Punt.
No, I'll just
No, better yet, run backwards and pitch it. Left 2 button, L2. That's the button you want to
my
push.
team's not many out of the playoffs.
Ooh.
That'll be justification.
Well, Colts and Raiders. Duel in the dust.
The only game that trash talking can exist, so we might as well hear it.
Yeah, right?
The other 3 are all Sims.
Yeah. No control in 3 of the 4 wildcards. Apparently, we got at least one rooting for the Saints.
Ah.
Who's rooting for the
Phantom.
Yep. I don't want the Vikings advancing. They're
The
the
Vikings
team
are
that
the
screwed
one.
up my perfect
Fuck
season.
that.
They're the one in 15-1.
Yeah, well, you're the one in my 15-1, so you don't mind if I'm cheering against you.
Yeah, well, I almost didn't make it to the playoffs either.
I know, I watched it earlier today.
At least I lost my running back and defensive tackle, so that's going to be fun.
Here I thought at best I could go 1 and 2, and I go 3.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Oh.
Hoping, John, that your Giants kick back for at least 2 more goals.
Yeah, hopefully.
But that's it. After
The-
that, then they're done.
Yeah, right. they need the bye week to recover.
Those 2 games.
Okay, I'm back in the franchise. Let me know because I'm not watching anymore when I can hit advance.
Ending the broadcast, thanks for watching the final game of the 1963 Sack to the Future, and the final game in the Sack to the Future of the 2018 Madden Football.
Thank God.
Goodbye
Regular
and
season.
Fuck off. Bye.
We still got the playoffs.